Alrighty. Market took a dip. You could call it a dip. Beyond that, um, from on Bitcoin, let's just jump right into it here. We're looking at 48% retracement. Our last retracement was a total of 54%, give or take a percentage or two. So I don't see us going too much lower here. What I do see in the cards are, well, I guess it is a considerable amount lower. This is major support right there. Um, we we have a little more support. Let's take a look here. Zoom in. So what I'm looking for is some big reversal points. So like right here, we've had a couple reversal points right there. So 31,325 and 29,000. And these are zones, right? They're lines, but in reality, the market doesn't work that way. Like it's a zone. So it's going to be close to this price. Okay, so now this one's relevant because you got a touch there, the wicks through it. You got some wicks that bounced here, right? If we zoom in, that held it, that held it, that held it, and it finally broke through. I mean, it's not major when it breaks through like that. You got a wick there that touched it. So this zone is, I'm not touching. I don't buy Bitcoin at all. Number one, unless it's back down to $3,000 again. Um, Everybody trades how they want, and that's how I trade. Um, the reason is I'm not going to make any money buying Bitcoin. Like this is a risk-on asset. You're buying a computer network that currently has a very limited real use case, and yeah, it's secure and all that. There's a narrative around it. There's a million videos on it, but I don't care. I still want US dollars, right? Until I can use this for something, I'm not going to own it. Right now, it's just a speculative asset. So I'm going to trade it. Um, yeah, we just got a nasty wick today. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. I saw this breaking down. I drew this a couple days ago, and yeah, we went past it. I didn't expect it to happen this quick. Um, Another funny thing just to notice about this Bitcoin chart is the volume. So we're on the daily chart right here. And if you go back, well, this is really what set it off right here, was back in March 2020, this giant volume candle right here, this giant sell off. So we had that volume candle. And then, since March, where are we at here? Okay. So we've had a lot of volume, right? That's a lot of volume. Now, once we got up here, um, back in March of 21, it was real limited volume, nasty sell off. This is terrible. And then we've had like no volume. Like, look at this. I mean, it's just Nothing. Like there's no interest in Bitcoin. Nobody's interested in Bitcoin right now. It's 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 shit. So we're going back down to 28,000. The problem with that, right? Here's how I see this playing out is I see, let's go on the weekly, talking longer time frames here. So we're going to look at a longer time frame chart, clean this up a bit. Okay. So another thing to note here is I chart things very simple, right? I'd rather be really good at using a couple tools. So here's our 200 period moving average. And so it's a simple moving average. And what we've done, so it takes, on the weekly chart, it takes 200 weeks and it divides it by the price action. So it uses the average. If you know how to find the average of something, it uses the average of each one of these candles as a week. And so it adds the previous 200 candles up and then it divides them by 200 and then it plots that on this blue line here. So we acted as support here, right? Came up, acted as support here, came back. We broke through it because of external factors, the COVID crisis, right? Um, that was crazy. And then we come back here and look how far we are above it. I mean, we're really far above it. So I see us getting down to the other thing. I just use Bitcoin to gauge the crypto market, right? I long for a day where it would decouple and you could trade altcoins and other cryptos without doing this. Like I fucking hate Bitcoin. Um, it's like either trade flat, like mature, like everybody wanted institutions, and then now institutions are playing like these games. I say institutions, but there's institutions, there's whales, right? There's a lot of players in this, and then nobody likes it, right? So that's beside the point. So I see this as really our next reversal. I'm not going to be short-term bullish until we reach this. Um, this period here, really this pocket right here, this 28,000 to 30,000. If I were going to play some scam bids, I would go in there. It's probably going to be some liquidity wicks down to here. It's probably going to run back up. Okay, let's see. So let's go. And let's use Fibonacci. Where'd you go? Right here. Okay. So uh, okay. I see us probably bouncing back into here. Back to this $37,000, $43,000 range. Boom. That's my target. So coming down here, consolidating for a bit, and then eventually working our way back up, right? And then long term, wow, what are we doing? Computer, little laptop's doing too much here. Okay, stop that. Okay, now after that, let's get rid of this. This is our next real support, which is right here. Okay, and it's kind of funny that this line also matches up with our this 200 period moving average. So to me, right, this is just a game of probabilities. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that this 200 period moving average has supported the Bitcoin price since for a long time. So, well, since there's been a 200 period weekly moving average, it supported it. And price wants to naturally come back down to this, right? So right now we're way too far above it, way too far above it. So I see us heading to 20,000, really, to 21, 22,000. If we break that, I mean, 18, like we could, right? We really could. Um, Nothing saying we can't. I mean, we got a tiny bit of support here, right? Around 17.5. We could hang out there for a bit. See what we got on the longer time frame. See, we don't have anything. We have nothing. I mean, these are the levels that you take it by here. These are the key levels. 13.5, 17.5, 20,000. Don't overcomplicate it. That's it. Now, it may take us a while to get there, but let's see this in the books. Okay, so let's look at some other charts here. Let's look at ETH. ETH, you could paint a similar picture with it, right? So short term, well, this would be my longer term prediction. Short term, it's a very similar chart, right? It's correlated. So we may see, some short term bounce here, some more consolidation, but eventually we're coming down to 1,678, right? 1,678. And then longer term, your next period of any sort of support is 1,363. So 1,363. It's pretty gnarly. And then here's your 200 period moving average. So this was just created back in March. You broke through it, right? And probably by the time it takes to get down here, this is where we're going to be. Now, I don't think unless some crazy things happen, right? Ethereum has now become a relatively established asset. Same with Bitcoin. Like they're almost household names now. Not a lot of people have used them, right? But more and more people are owning them, and it's eating the world, right? Um, so that's what I got. That oh man, and the worst case. I mean, wow. If you want to get really dark, $844. Let's take a look at this though. Let's use fib retracement. Okay. And that's really where we broke out from, was right there. Oh, look at that. Look at this. 0.38 is right here. So I imagine we'd see a short-term bounce there. It's 0.236. This is where I see a substantial bounce. And then if we really go bear, I mean, this is your next one here, right? So, like I said, it's probably going to take some time to play out, but I mean, if you look at, let's take a look here. So, RSI, I use the RSI really for divergences. I don't use it as a main indicator, but on the weekly, it's actually a really powerful tool. So, I mean, look, your RSI was bottomed here, right? Your RSI got to, that would get out of the way, 36 point, look at this. So you had a lower low here from this point to this point. Your RSI, get out of here. Mid it, actually a very slight higher low. So, and then that confirmed your uptrend. So, like here, we have nothing, right? We are overextended. The MACD is curling down, and our signal line is crossed below the MACD, and we're way above here. I mean, yeah. So RSI is only going down more. It hasn't bottomed. I'd look at this more at when we hit, 29.30, and be even better below that. So, and so that's Ethereum. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something. Hope it was insightful. See you on the next one.